Good morning, friends. Here we are on lesson 9, and we're almost through with this unit. So, in this unit, for the past few times, we've been talking about the purpose of plants. Now, one purpose is to provide beauty, right? Trees, flowers, grass, bushes. They make our world beautiful and they keep the air clean. But there's also, we have plants for food. And we've talked about some of the different things we eat off of plants. And last time we talked about, on lesson 6, we talked about the eating the seeds. And there's my little bag of seeds. So you can see there's the pea seeds, the beans, there's some wheat there, oats, and we can grind the wheat up and make cookies and cakes. You remember that? So sometimes we eat the seeds, sometimes we eat the fruit. Now this is a beautiful pepper plant, fruit, and you can see, I cut this open, but let's put it back together for a minute. You can see that's where the stem came down and there was a flower and then it grew a pepper. So, but we don't eat the green part of the pepper because that's the stem. We just eat the fruit, which is this yellow part on this pepper. And the way we know it's the fruit is because we can find the seed inside the fruit or the flower. And can you see the seeds in there? See them? Now you can eat the seeds in a pepper. Oh, look, there's some growing down on that one. But I don't. I'll probably cut the seeds out before I eat this pepper. All right, something else that we can eat on a plant is the flower. Now you might not think that you ever eat flowers, but if you eat these two plants, these two foods, you do. So the first one I'm going to show you, this is a broccoli plant. Now here's the leaf. So we don't eat the leaf of the broccoli plant, right? Some vegetables like this, we do eat the leaf, but not, you probably can, but it's not the part people usually eat. So that's the leaf. Here's the stem. And most people don't really eat the stem either. They eat the top part, which is the flower. Can you see how that flower is growing on the stems? They grow all in a bunch. Now these flowers are very young, and this is when you want to eat the broccoli. If you let them grow, they get bigger and bigger, and each one of these little things is a flower, and they'll get bigger and bigger until they actually don't taste very good, and they'll even start growing the seeds in them because that's where we find the seed, right, in the fruit or the flower. But we eat this flower before it makes seeds. If it makes seeds, it's not very good. And there's another plant that you probably have eaten before, the flower, and it's right in the name. It's the cauliflower. You see this white one? So these are kind of like broccoli. They are related, I imagine. And so, but there's where the stem was, and it grew in the ground, and the roots grew underneath the ground. We don't eat the roots. And here's the leaves, and can you see where they cut that leaf off? So the leaves grow up and around the cauliflower. They cover it up. Then they harvest it, and they cut the leaves back so people can see, oh yeah, this is a good cauliflower, except for those few brown spots. But each of these, again, are flowers, and if you wait too long, the leaves are at it, and then it sends up a shoot, and it makes the seeds. So you don't want to let your broccoli or cauliflower go to seed, because then they're okay for planting, I guess, but they're not very good for eating anymore. So you eat the flower of the broccoli or the cauliflower before it goes to seed, and it tastes very good. All right, so let's think about another part. Let's think about a stem. So, have you ever eaten these? Again, here is the part that grows on the ground. That's where the roots came out of, and it grows like this. And when they harvest it, they cut the roots off, so we don't eat the roots. And here is one of the stems. This has several stems growing up. Do you know what this is called? It's called celery. And on the celery plant, we eat the stems. That's the best part. Now here is the leaf part, and I suppose you could eat the leaf, but it doesn't really taste as good as this part. This stem part is really crunchy, and it tastes good with peanut butter or cream cheese, or even just by itself, maybe with ranch dressing. So that's the part you eat on the celery plant, is the stem. And finally, we eat lots of different kinds of leaves too. We eat lettuce, which is a leaf, and this is also a leaf that we eat. It's called kale. Look how beautiful that leaf is. And cabbages, we eat the leaf. So this is one of the leaves that we eat. We don't eat the roots. We don't eat the seeds. We don't eat, well, we do kind of eat the stem. Here's the stem right here. But we don't eat this part down here. This part isn't as good. The part that's really good on this plant is the leaf. It's called a kale plant, or kale leaf. All right, so did I do all of the parts? Oh, roots, and I didn't bring any roots down. I should have. So who can think of some roots that we eat? We have a picture right here. Right there. So we eat the carrot roots, don't we? We eat the beet roots. So sometimes we eat the roots of the plant. All the parts of the plants are good. Sometimes we eat more. On the beets, you can eat the top. They're called beet greens. And you eat the leaves that grow up on top. But you can also eat the root that grows underneath the beet, which is actually the sweet part. And spinach is another leaf that we eat. I forgot about that. So there's lots of plants where we eat the different parts. And they're all delicious. And they're all good for us.